Danielle, people were shoveling snow today, and they were bundling up because it was cold.
Very cold.
Yeah.
But we're up from here. So it's still cold tomorrow, but not as cold. And while we're looking at pockets of snow lasting through tonight and tomorrow, it's going to start to lighten up, and we're looking at basically another 4 centimeters. This was likely in Calgary from now until late tomorrow, until this snowfall is all said and done. Minus 16 is the temperature. With the wind chill, though, there's certainly a bite to this. It feels more like minus 24 because it's a little gusty at times as well. Downtown, we are at minus 16. Big Four Motors, Calgary's original Jeep store in Morin-Tazal Park, is at minus 16 as well. Again, all of these communities feeling more like the minus 20s with the wind chill, and that will be the story right through tomorrow as well. But again, we're looking at the snow just isolated and on and off through the next 24 hours, especially really lightening up later in the day tomorrow. Tomorrow's high minus 11 with a wind chill of minus 20.
So we really just have to get through tomorrow. That's one more tough day, and after that, it's onward and upward.
Yeah. Interesting how it's very cold now, and then for the first official day of winter on Saturday, it's going to be quite toasty and well above the freezing mark. Go figure. Yeah, just standard how it goes here on the lee side of the Rockies. Here's your Capital Chev sky cam. We've had snow on and off for today. We haven't had huge amounts in Calgary, and we're not adding huge amounts to this, but we're not done with the snow just yet. If you've had to shovel, some communities in the city have had to shovel. Enough for that anyway, and we're looking at another about 2 to 4 centimeters before this is all said and done. We'll talk more about that in just a second. Also, it's cold. It's going to warm up significantly over these next couple days. Tomorrow will still be a cold one, but not this cold. Okay, this cold, it feels like minus 25 with the wind chill in Calgary right now, minus 19 in Claresholm, minus 21 in Lethbridge, and minus 19 in Medicine Hat. Look at what the system is doing. There's a lot going on we have weather statements in place. We have winter storm warnings in place here around the Fernie area. Weather statements in the darker purple here. In the white, those are the snowfall warnings. Rainfall warnings for Vancouver and for coastal sections there. And then north of the Trans-Canada, snowfall warning in place. So basically what this means is anywhere from 15 to 30 centimeters of snow possible in southern BC. Rainfall amounts for the coast looking at 70 millimeters possible before this is all said and done. And in these communities, Red Deer down through just north of Brooks and just north of Medicine Hat, these areas could see 10 to 15 centimeters of snow. And north of that, as you can see right here, north of Coronation, these areas looking at wind chill values in the minus 40s tonight and through tomorrow morning. So it's cold. It's snowy. The mountain passes on the BC side, very, very treacherous in some parts. And here's a look at that system. Now, it doesn't really look that impressive, but it's also the mixed precipitation that's going to throw things off a little bit, and the warming temperatures on our side of the Rockies tomorrow, which will see snowfall, also then a switch to potentially some freezing rain. So tricky roads, especially south of Calgary along the Trans-Canada towards Medicine Hat and Brooks and Lethbridge. Okay, let me advance this to give you a timeline. Snow for the BC side, rain and a rain-snow mix for the lower elevations there. We're looking at pockets of snow through southern Alberta for tomorrow, and then as temperatures warm in many communities, especially after the east, we're looking at switching into a rain-snow mix and even getting some freezing rain out there. This should be mainly out of the way by Wednesday night for all communities in southern Alberta. Giving a look at totals now, from now until tomorrow night, another 3 centimeters of snow, 3 to 4 in Calgary, Claresholm and Lethbridge. Higher amounts because it will be more consistent over the next 12 hours in Brooks and Medicine Hat, about 8 centimeters. And then off to the west, you can see on the other side of the mountains, 13 centimeters for Kimberley. Capital Chev 5-day forecast, minus 11 is a high for tomorrow with wind chills in the minus 20s. It will be gusty as well, and on and off snowfall, on and off light snow. Minus 2 by Thursday, though, and first day of winter on Saturday, plus 6.
So let's see, the closer we get to winter and the closer we get to Christmas, the warmer it gets?
Yep.
Okay.
You got that right, Ian. Only on this side of the Rockies is that a typical story, right? Yes. So right now we are sitting at minus 16. Our high minus 11. Wind chill right now it feels more like minus 25. It's a frigid day. Yes, normal is minus 2, so we're well below normal. But looking at that longer range forecast here shows you how temperatures are going to continue to climb. Now it will still be a cold one tomorrow. Wind chills will still be in the minus 20s tomorrow with on and off light light snow. Again, from now until tomorrow night, another 4 centimeters possible in Calgary. But then we're looking at lots of sunshine. Temperatures will climb above freezing by Friday, and by first day of winter on Saturday, about 6 degrees.
Let's head outside for our first peek at the forecast. It feels much more like winter now, Danielle.
Oh, it sure does, Tara. And guess what? For the first day of winter on Saturday, it will feel much more like spring. So we're on a bit of a roller coaster ride, but basically the temperatures will continue to climb as we go through these next few days. Tomorrow will still be another cold one, though, so be prepared for that. At this point, it's -16 with the wind chill. Yes, it feels well into the -20s, -23 at the airport. Looking at those next 24 hours, it's snowing out here right now, light snow. We're looking at on and off light snow, really adding up to about another 2 to 4 centimeters before this is all said and done tomorrow night. So on and off snow throughout the day. Wind chills still in the -20s for tomorrow, but after that it will get much warmer. We'll show you that coming up.
Let's bring Danielle back in now as we look ahead to our 5-day forecast. There's a couple of cold days in there.
Oh, yes. But you know what? We're on our way up, surprisingly. As we head into winter officially this weekend, temperatures will be well above that freezing mark. Much warmer than this. So with the wind chill right now in Calgary, it feels like -24. There's a bite in the air, I can tell you. Just being out there. -21 is what it feels like in Claresholm, -24 in Medicine Hat, and -27 in Red Deer. We're still looking at wind chills in the -20s for tomorrow in Calgary, and then it will start to move up. But many communities south of Calgary will start to warm up tomorrow and be close to that freezing mark. So the warm up does begin for many areas tomorrow, just not as much for Calgary. Okay, here's a look at what this system is doing, and it's doing a lot overall. So in the blue and purple, darker purple here, there are weather statements, special weather statements, and winter storm warnings. In the white here, these are snowfall warnings, and over through towards Vancouver and on the island, some rainfall warnings. So 75 millimeters of rain in total possible there with this system. And here, basically what you're looking at on the BC side is anywhere from 10 to 30 centimeters of snow before this is all said and done. We are looking at heavier amounts too, closer to the mountains, closer towards Pincher Creek, but not quite in Pincher Creek. Then to the north of the Trans-Canada in the white there, that's the snowfall warning in place. So about 15 centimeters possible there in total. And then to the north of that, wind chill, -40s. So a lot going on with this system. And we're not done with it yet. In many communities, again, this carries into tomorrow, especially when we're looking at the snowfall and even the potential freezing rain closer to Medicine Hat and Lethbridge. Tomorrow's temperatures get closer to that freezing mark. There's a look at the system. It doesn't look too terrifying on satellite and radar imagery, but giving you the timeline here. So as we go through tonight and tomorrow, snow on the BC side, of course, heavy at times. Mountain passes will be treacherous in many spots. Then a wave of snow makes it over the mountains again for tomorrow. So overnight tonight and through early tomorrow morning, Calgary down Highway 2 through Lethbridge, and then that shifts off to the east. And as it shifts off to the east, it gains in intensity here. And then as temperatures warm up close to that freezing mark, closer to Lethbridge and Medicine Hat, we have the potential of getting some rain and even freezing rain before this is all said and done. Now, this system is all said and done tomorrow night. So Wednesday night, we're done. But here's a look at snowfall totals we can expect until then. About 3 centimeters for Calgary, Claresholm, and Lethbridge. More off to the west, more off to the east, as you can see too. Looking at that Capital Chev 5-day forecast, -11. Tomorrow is a high with wind chills in the -20s. It will be gusty at times, but -2 by Thursday. And for the first official day of winter on Saturday, +6. Here's the Capital Chev Skywatch camera. We have the clouds. We have on and off light snow, and it's definitely cold out there. This is the colder day. We'll be slightly warmer tomorrow, not really, but then after tomorrow in Calgary, we will be skyrocketing in temperatures as we head towards the first official day of winter on Saturday and towards Christmas. I'll show you the longer range trend in just a minute. -16 is that current temperature. Our high -11. Wind chills have been in the -20s all day, and that's where they're currently sitting as well. So certainly feels cold out there, and there's a bite on the skin for sure when you're out there for a longer period of time. Okay, looking at the prairies and looking at the territories, that's where we have that colder air mass. Outside of that, though, to the west of us and to the east of us, they're dealing with mild temperatures, and we'll get there. We will get quite mild over by later this week, and I'll show you that in that 10-day trend in just a moment here. But before we get there. This is the system that's been delivering the snow and will deliver some more. We're not fully done with it yet. Again, for southern BC, a lot of these areas could see anywhere from 15 to 30 centimeters of snow before this is all said and done, and that snow will continue through tomorrow. The snow will continue through tomorrow in Edmonton and Red Deer, and for us in the south end. However, for Calgary and Drumheller, Coronation, it looks a little lighter. Medicine Hat will switch over to a rain-snow mix, even freezing rain possible. We may even catch a little bit of that in Lethbridge as well. But check out the temperatures. -1 for Lethbridge, -3 for Medicine Hat. Okay, looking at amounts, 3 centimeters, 3 to 4 before it's all said and done in Calgary, another 8 for Brooks, 6 for Medicine Hat. When we look at that Capital Chev 10-day trend, you can see that it's cold again tomorrow with wind chills in the -20s. -2, though, is a high for Thursday, and then above freezing for the first day of winter on Saturday, a high of 6. And for Christmas Day, at this point, it's looking like +1, Tara.
Thank you, Danielle.
Between those two points.
It's going to be cold coming out of the dome after that game, though. It is a chilly night.
Yes, be prepared for that because wind chills will be in the -20s. In fact, throughout the day tomorrow, they'll be in the -20s because at times with winds gusting out of the north, which is a cold wind, up to 40 kilometers per hour, and this comes with some snowflakes here and there. Another couple centimeters possible tomorrow before this is all said and done. But then -2 for Thursday. Saturday, first day of winter, 6 degrees. Huh, right?
That's pretty nice.
Yeah. All right, weather window brought to you by Lux Windows and Doors, crafting quality windows and doors for your style budget and Alberta's climate. She calls us, Lorna calls us, I believe, the Westie Gang.
Yeah.
There's 3 of them there. And hang on, let me remove this.
It's a pile of Westies.
There we go, by the fireplace. That's a smart way to go tonight.
That's our avoiding the weather shot. Thanks for your company tonight. Have a terrific evening. We'll see you again tomorrow.